Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today we're going to do a full face of makeup that has not been getting the love and attention it deserves in my collection lately for one reason or another. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things like subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get into it. I thought it would be fun to just do a full face of really essentially nothing new, but also products that I really love, adore, stand by them, and haven't been showing on my channel because actually while I do this, I'm going to put on some Vive Lip Dew in Rosa because I have been testing so many lip oils lately that, you know, I have been neglecting this one and it really is so good. It really is. I've already gone through one in Pesca, and then this one I'm kind of about less than halfway I've got left to go. And I really do find them very nourishing and lovely on the lips. And I have been, I guess, neglecting a couple of these products just purely because there's been so many new products coming in and other videos to make. And I'm like, I need to dip back into these products. They're just too amazing to not to. First up for eye primer is actually the Mcgrath Lab Skin Fetish Eye Primer. And I know you're probably like, we use this all the time. But in my time, because I pre-film quite a lot, just because of like time and stuff, I actually haven't used this in like quite a bit of time. So, and I really enjoy it. So I've been wanting to, you know, dip back into it. The eyeshadow palette we're going to use today is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I did one video with this and then I've used it a few times off, like just in my real everyday life. But I was like, I am not getting the use and love that this palette needs. It's just too pretty. So we're gonna create a look with this one. The first brush that I'm gonna go into is this Refy 15 Max, and we're gonna go into this gorgeous mustard shade. I love a good mustard, as you may know. And I will just start by lightly fluffing this through the crease. Just wiggling. P.S. Refy currently has their November sale on with like up to 50% off, and there's like a further price drop on their Japanese made products. So highly recommend checking that out. If you've been looking at getting any Refy brushes, they're just, oh, they're so good. I always forget just how pigmented Natasha's mattes are. I really do. And then I use them, and I've been using a lot of like luxury formulas lately, which is so much softer. And so, you know, using a matte like this, you're like, oh wow, yeah, okay, pigment. Taking this Chikuhodo GSN 10 brush, I am going to go into a small touch of this blue color here. I haven't actually used this yet and I won't. Now, if you are wanting to keep it non-blue and more natural, or more neutral I should say, you could also go into the dark brown. So I'm just going to tap this into the outer corner. I'm not going to bring it forward, I'm actually just going to wiggle it into the outer corner here, and that's about it. And then I'll just pick up that Refy 15 Max we used with that mustard color and just soften it slightly. You know we're taking Tarte Intensifeyes, you know we are. Just gonna pop that on 3/4 of the lid here. Do you have a wish list for the sales in November, or are you just like, I'm good at the moment, I'm good with my collection? I don't have a wish list. I'm just gonna kind of see if there's anything that sparks my interest and go from there, but I don't have anything that I'm like eagerly setting out to, you know, attain, if you will. I'm gonna pick up this Sonia G Builder Pro and we're gonna go into this gorgeous shade right here. And I'm just gonna press that everywhere we put the Intensifeyes. Wow, that's a really lovely shade, isn't it? Holy dooly. Oh wow. I intensely like that shade. That is stunning. Makeup just brings me so much joy. Just love it. Sitting here, putting it on. I just love it. Oh, that is such a gorgeous shade. So pretty. And it might look a little crazy right now, but fret not, because it'll come together with like foundation and stuff. I will just take this 14 Max though, and just go into a teensy touch more of the blue, just a small amount, and I'll just marry as well here. And again, you could totally skip that and do like the dark brown, or even just keep to the mustard. Okay, let's move on to our face makeup, shall we? For primer, I'm gonna use the Refy Face Primer Glow and Sculpt with the little thingy here. I don't use this primer enough, and I really like it. And I like the applicator because the formula is really cooling on the skin. And then this applicator just feels nice. It just feels like a little face massage. I know it's probably not the most hygienic, but you know, I'm normally putting it on freshly cleansed skin, so hopefully it's all right. It does give a lovely, you know, glow effect. Look at that. What a delight. And I picked up a new Tarte Pore Smoothing Primer, and I thought I picked up the mini, but alas, I actually picked up the giant size. So for reference, because my minis all run out, that's the size difference. I got it in the Sephora 20% off sale. So this is not a new like product to me. And it's also a product that gets constantly a bit of love in my collection, but it's a staple. It's the only pore primer I like. Color corrector, we're going to use the Tarte Colored Clay CC corrector in light medium. I really like this, and if you like the Charlotte Tilbury one, you'll really like this one too. I'm not sure if the prices are the same or not. This is a Refy 35, by the way. But if this one's cheaper, then I do recommend it, because it's really good. Like if you like the Charlotte Tilbury, as I said, you'll like this one. The shade range I don't think is as good on these though. I did pick up a new green color corrector. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Corrector. I got this in the Sephora Australia sale, and my skin might not look that red on camera, but it is in real life, trust me. My other one that I was using, the Sephora brand one, ran out. So I needed a new one. So I don't even know if I like this yet. We'll see. But I mean, for me, isn't a green corrector a green corrector? I don't know. Seems to be doing a nice job. I didn't mind that Sephora one, by the way. If you're looking for a green corrector and you don't want to spend too much on it, I did like the Sephora one. This one looks good too. Foundation that I just absolutely love and adore is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. So this is specifically the Radiant one. I have the shade 140 Porcelain. It's a perfect shade match for me. I'm just going to take it on my Real Techniques sponge, and I just haven't been showing this one because I've been really loving the newer foundations like the Prada and the Lancome that's like new to my collection. But you know, this one is such a holy grail, and this is also my mum's absolute favorite foundation she's ever tried. So if you have more mature skin, you'll probably really like it as well, and really dry skin, you'll love it. It's absolutely lovely. And it's funny because I don't actually like the first one that came out of this. Is it the self-refreshing, I think, foundation that everyone loved when they first brought it out? I actually did not like that foundation on my skin at all. It was very like heavy and cakey looking, but this one, such a delight. I don't know why I'm coming out with all these accents this morning. Probably because I have not taken my ADHD meds. It's too early. Like, look at that. Is it not just so healthy and glow-like? Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's a glowy foundation without being like texturizing. Oh, I love it. All right, a concealer that I really like. I do like this one only mixed with other concealers, but I really like it, is the Clé de Peau concealer. This is in the shade 3 Beige, and it's quite a nice kind of concealer to add a bit of coverage, and I like the shade. It's a bit color correcting at the same time, and then I like to mix it with a more hydrating concealer. So I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion. This is in the shade 1N, because I also really like this concealer. This concealer has such a beautiful finish and texture to it. It just doesn't quite have enough coverage for me on its own, BK109. So when I mix this with a more fuller coverage, like I actually really like the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion mixed with the Tarte Shape Tape. It like creates a beautiful concoction, and then also this Clé de Peau. it's just such a lovely finishing concealer, and it really makes most concealers like just look absolutely impeccable. If you don't have a lot of darkness, or you know, if you don't have a lot of need for a lot of coverage on your under eyes, like the Laura Mercier will provide enough coverage for you. And it really is one of those concealers that I just think will be suited to like everyone in terms of finish wise. It'll just be coverage wise, whether or not you want to try it. But yeah, I highly recommend it. There's so many good holy grail staple products in the Laura Mercier brand, but they're kind of like NARS, I guess, where they don't overly release too many new things, that because, you know, social media and all that, it's like a constant cycle of like new. They just get so easily overlooked and called boring, but it's like, they may be boring that they don't release like new products constantly, but like the products that they have and the products they do release are usually like really, really good. A cream bronzer that I really, really love is the LYS cream bronzer. I have the shade No Limits Motivate, and so I really recommend this one. If you haven't checked it out, LYS is quite a reasonably priced brand too, especially like you consider that with like a discount on top of it. If you're in like, if you're seeing it on like 20% off Sephora sale, or like, you know, if you're lucky enough to shop on their website directly over Black Friday and get a discount, just blends super beautifully. And this is a Sonia G buffer brush, by the way. It is a true bronzer, so if you want something a bit more cool tone leaning, it's not going to be for you. It's definitely more of a true bronze, but I really like it. Like, look how easy and quickly it just taps and blends out. Beautiful. I'd love to see them extend this shade range actually to include more contour shades, so like have the bronzer side and then also the contourish kind of shades like what Rare Beauty did. I think it'd be really successful for them. See how lovely that is? Like, look at that. Is this not coming together so well so far? I'm impressed. A powder that honestly, my eyes keep glazing over it just because I keep thinking it's my travel Laura Mercier powder, is my secret under eye brightening powder from Laura Mercier. I mean, you guys know how much I've raved about this over the time. It's a great powder. It's basically like the Pat McGrath Labs under eyeing one, but just a little bit more hydrating, I find, just a touch. I am going to mix it also with my Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched yellow powder today, just because I have to mix this one with something. You absolutely do not need both. I want to use this because I have to mix it with something for the shade. I'm getting my money's worth. This is a What's Up R102, yeah, which I also highly recommend checking out the What's Up brushes in any potential sales that they have, because they're really, really good. And they have like, they're as good a quality as Refy, like they're equally on par. They have different shapes of brushes than Refy, and so like the What's Up Beauty brushes and then the Refy collection, they like really make this perfect brush collection in total. They're really good. This powder mixes so well with this Bobbi Brown one. Wow, I think this might be my favorite mixture that I've tried so far with this Bobbi Brown powder. Gorgeous. That looks delightful if you're asking me. Another powder that I absolutely love and adore, and it hasn't been getting the attention, the Say Air Set. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I have the color Translucent, and I'm just going to pick it up on my BK 104. And the only thing I say it every time I bring this powder out to use is I wish they would bring out a more translucent shade, because this is not, it's not translucent. I can get away with it if I use a small amount, but if you wanted to like use a powder puff with this, you'd have to make sure it's not too deep for you. I just like how this powder sets really lovely, and then it just keeps this beautiful soft glow. I like it. It's just nice. I don't like that one through my T-zone though, just because it is a little bit more of like a hydrating powder, and through my T-zone I like to keep it quite mattified. But for the rest of my face, what a delight. A bronzer that I absolutely love, and I haven't really been showing a lot, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I have the shade 2. The shade range of these bronzers does need to be expanded, I will say that. I'm going to take this on a Refy 22. I do love this bronzer. It's such a lovely airbrushing, you know, smoothing, beautiful bronzer. Look at that. Oh, oof. I I am just gonna quickly go off camera and do my brows because they're boring, and then we'll come back and finish everything up. All right, brows are on, and I used the Denona Defining Neutrals palette and the Sigma Clear Brow Gel is what I'm trying to spit out. I also just put the Victoria Beckham Cocoa eyeliner on my top waterline and the brightener on my lower waterline because you see me use them pretty much every video. Okay, let's do the lower lash line. I'm going to take my gold palette and I'm going to go into my mustard shade with a Refy 13 Mini. And then just a really small amount of the greeny blue shade on that same brush, and I'll just marry it into the outer corner slightly here. Not a lot. I might just take a bit of this shade for the inner corner, just a touch. This is an R109 from What's Up. Yeah, that'll do. I don't want much of an inner corner pop today. And then let's take my Benefit Fan Fest mascara. You guys have been seeing all my mascaras regularly lately, so I don't really have one that's like not getting used. I think that eye look and the mascara and everything looks delightful personally. If you're wondering where I'm wearing this to, work. I'm about to start work. Highlighter. My Vive Skin Do has not been getting the love and attention it deserves because this is such a good product. It's so good. So I just pop it out on the back of my hand and then work it into the sponge. Oh, so good. Such a delightful product. And then for powder highlight, I have not been giving this LYS Brave highlight any attention, and it needs it. It's really, you know, when LYS has like a good product, it is like an incredible product. Like, at least for me, there's a couple of products like their foundation and their bronzer and their powder, they're not for me. I really dislike them, but then when I have a product from them that I love it. A cream blush that I love, I have multiple shades in, I talk about them all the time, and I just haven't been showing on my channel, is Makeup by Mario. So this shade is Earthy Pink. I really like this shade, and honestly, you guys, I know the Rare Beauty blushes, I just, by the way, put some on the back of my hand first, and then I'll just take a Refy 4 and pick some of the product up. I know the Rare Beauty liquid blushes get most of the love and attention in the cream blush section, and even on my channel they have been, but don't sleep on these Mario ones either. They are really good. The original sticks as well as his veils, but these are really good. Like, delightful. Look at this. It's so nice. And then equally as beautiful is his powder blushes. This is Desert Rose. This one's my favorite shade. I have this one in Creamy Peach. And again, his powder blushes, like, don't sleep on them. They are lovely. I think his brand gets a little bit overlooked just because the packaging can be, you know, nothing crazy special. And so his core products like his powder bronzer and like his Sculpt stick and this, like, I know they had a little moment, but like I feel like they don't get the regular hype that they deserve. Like his like core products, they're really good. I don't have a setting spray that I neglect because I keep my setting spray collection quite small, so I'm just going to take my Charlotte Tilbury. Does this not look delightful? I think so anyway, in my humble opinion. I don't really have a lip liner that I haven't been using because my lip liner collection is not too dramatically big. So I'm just going to take Mario Toasty. A lipstick that I have been neglecting, and this is another Mario product. This is Mario in Sierra, his lipstick. I really like these, really like them. I just think they're really a nice, comfortable matte lip and a beautiful shade range. Like, I really like his lip products, and I know the lip liners usually get a lot of hype, but I don't think his lip suedes or his lipsticks get enough hype because they're really good. And with this gloss from him, which I know you guys see me use all the time, this is Golden Nude, but like I never see anyone else talking about these glosses and they're so good. I know people always talk about his moisture glows and stuff, but like if you want a gloss, these are amazing because they're very lightweight, like they don't feel goopy or anything, but they're a true gloss, and like Golden Nude especially is stunning. So, I mean, don't sleep on them, but like, look, I think that looks quite nice if I would do so for myself. All right, let me go and figure out hair and jewelry and all that. We'll zoom out and see the finished look. Alrighty, my friends, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I don't know about you, but I'm obsessed. I really do feel like my makeup is looking delightful, truly, in my humble opinion. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to sit down and play with some makeup that I truly love in my collection and just haven't played with in what feels like a while for me personally, and I'm very happy with the results. Let me know your thoughts down below. You know I love chatting with you guys, and if you made it this far, you know you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye!